As a final item, I wanted to bring your attention to the quote on screen. Code is read much more often than it is written, by Guido van Rossum. It's good to keep this in mind. It's very true that code is read more often than it is written. If you're working in a company with other people and they have to work with your setups, with your files, and with your scripts, then it is good to keep in mind that your code has to be readable and understandable for them. For this reason, PEP8 has been conceived. PEP8 is basically a convention for writing Python, a style guide if you will. It's designed to ensure code consistency and to ensure code readability. If everyone would stick to the same rules of writing code, it means that the next guy going through your code has a much easier time understanding what is going on in your code. People have different styles of coding, and they have different ways of structuring their code, and this is a way to make sure that everyone sticks to the same guidelines. It's good to keep in mind that PEP8 evolves over time. The guidelines laid out in PEP8 can be very much different a year or 2 years from now on, as it will be updated to fit current needs or requirements, so it's good to keep up to date with it as we go. In some cases, you might actually ignore PEP8. For example, some companies work with very old pipelines containing old code, in which case it would be a better choice to make sure that the script you are writing is written in the same fashion as the already existing code, if that is not PEP8. Other than that though, it is a good idea to stick to PEP8 if you start writing vast amounts of code. When I was in ATD and double negative, for example, PEP8 was actually strictly enforced. So just make sure as you start to learn Python code, PEP8 becomes second nature as you go. So to recap this module, we've had a look at where and how we can run Python in Houdini, and why we would use Python. I've introduced you to the Houdini object model, Houdini's Python API, and then I've given you a number of code examples. Hopefully diverse enough to give you a global idea of what's possible with Python in Houdini. Of course, we can take it way further, but we'll get into more advanced examples as we progress through this course. I've pointed out PEP8 to you. I am not going to teach you PEP8. You can find online what it entails. Make sure your code adheres to PEP8 as much as you can, as it really is just good form to do so. You've seen some examples of how to use Python modules and what they are, and then we've built a Python node, used the Python Wrangle node, and we've done a shelf tool. Hopefully it's been a good introduction to Python for Houdini. Not too difficult, but also not too simple. Now, let's take it a step further in the next module and start implementing what we've learned in this module.